Working on the starter recoil assembly, the pull cord on a Craftsman M140 mower. Has a Honda engine, and you can see that the spring or the recoil has lost a lot of its tension, so I'm going to try to rewind that. So sometimes you can rewind tension on a recoil like this without untying any knots, without cutting the cord at all. If you go to where the rope enters, dig the rope out on the inside, pull the slack all the way through. Then you grab the end of the rope that's wrapped onto the spool and you just spin it counterclockwise. I'm going to go probably 3 rotations and then try that. So that's 2. Oh, did you hear that? It just slipped. And it slipped again. So something's wrong internally. I'm going to pull the slack back through and let it go and see how much it rewinds. When I pull this, we're going to hear that spring slip. Right there. So there's a problem inside. This screw in the middle, this will come out. Then we can get to the spring and see if something's broken. Screw in the middle on this one is T25 Torx, and it's left-hand thread, meaning you turn it to the right to loosen it. Now this spring's going to unwind when I take it off. Don't be intimidated by this. We're going to wrap it back up. I believe I see the problem. This end of this spring or this metal band, see how it's not bent very much? That needs a sharper bend in the metal so that it can hook onto that edge right there. That's how it was originally, but over the years this is just kind of bent back straight. Bend it back so that when I get this wound up tight, it's going to grab right there on that corner. And then the hook on the other end, the hook in the middle, that's going to hook onto this. So now to get this spring back into the center section, all we have to do is hook it on, and then we're just going to feed that metal band in little by little. And what was happening earlier when I was putting tension on the wheel and it kept slipping, this right here was slipping off where that hook had kind of bent its way out straight. So make sure you're pushing in as much as you can and also pushing down. Like with my left thumb, I'm pushing down on that band to hold it in. And you can see how it's winding up tight around the inside. This should work for any type of starter assembly, any brand, Briggs & Stratton or Honda like this is. If it has this style of spring or band, actually, it's at least going to be similar to this. And now, while we're at it, let's freshen up the bend in this end. Bend that over a little bit more. Keep your finger down on this, don't let that go. That bend right there is going to hook on this edge. Hold on, let me get a flashlight. You see it right there in the middle? That bend in the metal, and that metal band is hooked right on the edge of that plastic. So that's going to be its anchor point. Now we have to put these back on. I should know what these are called, but I don't remember. When you pull the cord, centrifugal force, I believe it is, causes these to spin out, and they catch the top of the flywheel. And now this piece with the spring, put the spring on first. Now the screw right in the middle, which again was T25 Torx, and I'm turning to the right trying to tighten. I forgot it's left-hand thread, so we turn it to the left to tighten because we turn it to the right to get it out. Now let me make sure I didn't put that too tight, and I did because it's hard to spin the wheel. So let me turn it to the right a little bit. That's good. Now we need to get the cord back on. I need to find the hole where the cord's going to be fed through, which is right here. And on the assembly, it comes through right there. So I want to line those up, and I'm going to turn 4 complete revolutions counterclockwise to build tension. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to stop right there. I'm holding tension with my right thumb. I'm going to feed the cord through here, and also through the hole in the wheel, through that hole. Grab my needle nose pliers, pull that cord through. Still holding tension with my right thumb. I'm going to tie a knot, just an overhand knot. I'm going to grab this in with my teeth and pull it tight. And I'll pull that back through. Now I can release the tension, and we'll see if we need to add more. And we do need to add more tension. So I can show you that second way. You take a screwdriver, dig the rope out on the inside, pull the slack through. Now take the end of the rope that's on the inner spool and spin it counterclockwise to the left. Let's go 2 revolutions. I'll pull the slack back through, then we'll let that go and see how it does. That's close enough for me. All right, now before I put this back on the mower, I want to get this knot a little bit tighter. So I'm going to hold that knot with a screwdriver, grab the rope with the pliers, and pull that as tight as I can. And I'm also going to cut off a little bit of that excess rope, and then use a lighter to melt the end where it's frayed so that won't come undone. All right, I was about to put this back on the mower to make sure it works, and I noticed that when I pull the pull cord, the white pieces on the side, the dogs, I think they're called, correct me if I'm wrong, they should be coming out right now because they are going to engage the flywheel. So I have this top piece, this plastic piece, I have that in the wrong position. So I'm going to loosen that up and move it around, try to find the right spot, and that goes further down right there. So let me tighten it up here and see if that's it. So that's something you need to look out for. Yeah, there you go. The way I had it, if I put it on and pulled the rope, all it would do is spin. It would not engage the flywheel. Watch out for that. Make sure you have that top piece in the right position. Now we're good.